What's going on, everybody? It's Justin Riddler. We are on Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. It's getting colder outside, so my car stuff has gotten put on the back burner. So I figured I would hop on Car Mechanic Simulator and try to find us some kind of project. Now, I don't know what we're going to do first. I'm more of a muscle car guy myself, so I guess it's just whatever I can find. I forget how loud this game is, so I apologize if it's deafening. But we have to try to find something. We'll keep looking around. There's got to be looking for either a Pontiac, a GTO, or a like a C10 maybe. A C10 would be nice to do. I think Mustangs are kind of hard to find, even though that's what I prefer. But either way, we're gonna find something fun. Oh, there we go. There we go. What's this? What's this? F-100. I like that. 390,000 kilometers, 1,500 kilograms. I gotta change this to bald eagles per dollar because I don't know what that means. Put that in the garage. Think that's all we need. And now we're gonna head back to the shop and see what else I need to grab or do. Okay, so we're back at the shop. Now, before I started recording, I did end up picking up a Honda Civic from the junkyard, a GTO. The 2000 GT is here. We just need to find that F-100 because I think that's what I want to start off first. I don't know where it's at though. It might be inside. Let's take a look. Yes, already on the lifter. Perfect. Let's get this puppy raised up in the air and see what all needs to be done. It doesn't really look like it's in that bad of shape, but we're gonna take a look at the underside here just to see what's all okay. We're missing some bushings, it looks like. Nope, those are in there. They're in really bad shape. Everything it doesn't, honestly, it does not look that bad. It really doesn't. It could be worse. Oh, we're missing a oil pan though, and it looks like we're missing heads on both sides. I should have noticed that when I first bought the truck. All right though, that's okay. I used to be a New York truck apparently. Yep, missing heads, manifold. So we're missing everything that makes the engine run, pretty much. Let's see here. And piston? Is it missing pistons as well? All right. Well, that's fine. At least we have an intact transmission and drive shaft, which probably is gonna get killed and replaced anyways. Missing a fuel pump. No problem there. All right. So firstly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get everything here tore out, and then we'll get it prepped for body work and all that stuff, and then we'll start doing the fun stuff. So I might put this on a little bit of a montage with some music in the background, and we'll go from there. Alright, so with that all said and done, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bring this down off the lift, and we're gonna get to work on some of the body stuff. This is kind of somewhat sort of my favorite part of doing this. I like to take the body apart, get everything prepped, ready to go. There was some rust and stuff like that on the bottom of the car, but what we can do is we can get in this game. I wouldn't do this in real life, but we can get the we can get the body straightened up and then clean it. Obviously, if you're doing this IRL, you want to clean it as decent as you can before you start doing any severe patching stuff like that. It doesn't matter all that much. It's obviously something that I like to do. So we're gonna get the welder over to the lift, and we're gonna do the uh, the very intensive work of pressing a couple buttons to bring her back to life. Now everything should be somewhat okay. Let's go ahead and get the interior apart. Seat looks like it's in okay condition. That's an okay condition. Okay. Now what I can do, I believe, is I can put it in, unless they changed it, I can put this in the wash bay, unless it has to have tires. I don't know if they'll put it on, oh no, that's perfect. So they do put it on blocks. They used to not do that. You used to have tires and stuff on it to do it. So we're gonna give the car a good bath. I think I'll keep the factory red color. I do like this a lot. I'm not super sure about the two-tone we've got. That might just be a worn panel or something or another. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead, clean the inside. Yes, this truck's gonna be good to go here soon. I just need to work on getting everything really put back together. So we're gonna get to the fun part here soon. Let's put it back on lifter A. All right, here we are. Let's see. What do I want to do with this truck? I know. I think we can. I think we can swap the engine, but I think it had a one carb overhead valve V8 in it before. We can Hemi swap it, which is absurd. Let's stick with the. No, let's put the two carb overhead valve. We're gonna supercharge it. Why not? Why not? Hot rod truck, nice white wall tires. Yeah, this will be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Now let me get it into the paint shop. Let's get the car painted and ready to go. That way we don't have to do that while everything's prepped. Or can we do just the whole thing? Yeah. So this is the factory. So this is the colors that came from the factory. Now, for some reason, the car was a different shade, which is very strange. Let's just go ahead and use the factory color. I do really like this baby blue though, I'm not gonna lie. I think that looks fantastic, but that red's just gonna pop better with the white walls and all that. So we'll go ahead and put that on here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then unfortunately we probably will have to repaint once all the panels and stuff are finished or come in. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this back on the lift. Okay, so I lied to myself and you if you're watching. It drove me insane that the truck wasn't like complete body wise. So I just said screw it. I bought all the body parts needed, got it all of them finished in this beautiful candy red. And this thing is going to be such a monster when it's done. I physically can't wait. I don't know if I want to start on the engine first or if I want to start on the suspension. But regardless, I gotta get something done because I just keep looking at the body and I don't really want to do anything else. I made an oopsie. I thought that I was recording when I was doing the whole rear suspension on this truck. I wasn't, but good news, the rear suspension is in. We just need to add some small rubber bushings. I like to buy extras of everything because you never know. Now, as far as I know, we only need to do the front suspension and get some of this stuff going. Uh, the suspension obviously is going to stay stock. There's no suspension components or anything like that that you can put on that are aftermarket, at least that I know of. There might be a mod for it, but I don't really know. Either way, this truck is coming along very, very nicely. Oh, actually, you know what? I might have forgotten to put the fuel pump in. I did. Awesome. Okay. So, let's go ahead and look for fuel pump. There we go. Or do we put... No, 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 no. Let's go one step above. Let's go ahead and go to the tuning shop, and we'll find a fuel pump there. Because if we're going to do the supercharge thing, we're going to need that extra fuel from that fuel pump to really put some power down. Yeah, there we go. Line that up. And then let's go ahead and slap that sucker on inside. Bam. Alright. So, again, all we need to do now is get the front suspension done. This is probably my least favorite part, just because of how intrinsic everything is. I did off camera kind of repair some of the parts that I had because while I do want to save money, I don't really care about it at the same time. Look at the money that I have. We'll be just fine. Okay, so the suspension is done. The truck is almost in running shape. Now what I'll do is get a tire and wheel setup that is decent, and uh, hopefully, the truck looks sweet. I'm gonna put some combinations together and we'll see. Okay, I believe I have fixed my oopsie, and this does actually look really, really good with the white walls, the wheels, gives it that kind of modern style look. Like just look at that, man. That looks sweet. That looks fantastic. This thing's gonna look super awesome rolling down the road. Now, let's get the engine put together with some performance parts. I haven't fully decided if I want to do the supercharger with all that fun stuff on it, but just for the sake of it, we might just do the standard two carb overhead valve V8 just to keep it traditional and not have too much power because there's nothing here that's going to be these tires are not going to be able to hold the horsepower of a supercharged V8, so I have to think a little bit ahead of the box, make sure the truck's at least usable, and yeah, let's go ahead and get the engine put together. Essence is finished. So all we're missing is the oil pan at the bottom, which I gotta throw on here before we put it in the truck. But the heads are assembled, the intake's on there. All we're missing is the some of the timing components, like the cap and rotor for the distributor, the spark plugs. We're not going to put the headers on there until it's in the truck. So we're going to go ahead and rotate this guy to the left. I'm going to throw this oil pan on there and grab an oil filter from the shop. Darn it, I thought I grabbed one of those. That's alright. Pick this guy up. Alright. There's our semi-finished engine. I'll pull this off the stand. Throw that in the truck. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that thing sits pretty. Alright, we'll go ahead and throw this back where it came from. We'll start assembling some of the stuff that's normally how you do it. Sometimes when you put an engine in a truck or a car, you have to not have things assembled. Like, for instance, if you were to do this in real life, that puller, you most likely would not have the covers on just for extra clearance between the fender well and the head itself, or you can, in order to protect the head, and just throw the stock head covers on there. But I would prefer to just take the cover off, especially if it's this nice polished aluminum. Anyways, I'm talking myself up a storm here. We need to purchase 2 4-barrel carburetors, a cap for the distributor, and a rotor. So let's grab those. I already have the brake servo, I believe. A battery shouldn't be that big of a deal, and a power steering reservoir. So let's go ahead and get the engine buttoned up first. Let's go to the shopping list. It should all be in here if I'm not mistaken. Yes, perfect. Carburetors. I forgot to buy another. Okay, so we'll buy another carb. Throw these on here. This truck should be pretty menacing once it's finished. Okay, so that side at least is done. We're gonna get the other tiny components in first. Missing a cap, and probably also missing those little annoying clips. That's okay though. I am. Alright, so I'll need 2 of the B clips. That's alright. Alright. Throw this guy on. Throw... Come on. It's so hard to get these things on here. That's why they're so annoying. Okay. And now we'll throw the spark plugs in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we can throw the plugs on, or the plug wires on, I mean. That's my bad. This is actually quite exciting. So the engine now, in essence, is done. All we need is the base for the carburetors, the breather, and then the case for the top of the breather, which honestly, it's not that big a deal. So what I can do is I can grab the battery, power steering reservoir, the windshield washer reservoir, the C radiator, and the fuse box is probably going to give us some issues. So we'll go ahead and see what we can do. We can add all of this stuff to the shopping list. So I will do that here quick. Fuse box space B, type C, A, and we can grab everything in one solid go. Hopefully. Sometimes I can't do that. It's a little iffy. Battery. Nope, that's not gonna work. Let's see here. It's not in the interior shop, I don't believe. Nope. Radiator. Need 4 of these, so we need to go back to the electronics shop. 4 of these guys. 1 of those guys. 2 of these. 1 of those. 1 of those. And 1 of these. I'm definitely missing something. I don't know what. I think it's the radiator. No? Steering? No? Windshield? No. And I bought a battery. Oh. Alright, cool. So we can take this off. We can take this off. And we'll need to pull the base of the box. Throw it back on. Put all of our relays in place. Let's see. Type C. Did I grab everything? This should be a C right here. No, I did. Awesome. I didn't grab everything. Son of a gun. That's alright, though. I wonder if we have to get the cover from here as well. Yes. It should be... There's no clips? There has to be clips. I guess not. Well, sweet. We can go to the shop again. We'll grab the base. And then I can clear this. I want to say... I can't remember exactly what kind of air filter it is. It's alright though. Let's go to the performance shop. Pick that guy up. Oh, it's just a 2 carb. And we'll have to grab this guy as well. Again, it's completely okay. I think I'm just getting a little too ahead of myself. Okay, the engine is done. So that is put in place, put together, ready to go. Now we need to get the transmission and the clutch and everything put on there. Should be good for our first start. Alright, so I went ahead and put the transmission on and the drive shaft. We are going to use the stock transmission as well, just because it's not that much power difference from the factory one carb. I did put a upgraded flywheel, pressure plate and clutch in there just to hopefully help put that power down. Um, I got the headers on as well. So what we need to do to finish up is get the exhaust on. And that should be relatively easy. It is the dual setup and it's the same all the way down. So I can just go ahead, go to the tuning shop, grab those, start deleting some of this stuff off my shopping list. You need 2 of these guys and 2 of these guys, and throw on the, let's throw on this. I wish you could do like an H pipe or an X pipe on some of the cars that don't come with stock, but I don't think that the developers have really gotten that far. Hopefully with a newer car mechanics simulator, that will not be the case. Other than that, the truck is done. All we need to do now is throw some fluids inside of it, and we'll get the interior set and done, and we should be able to drive it. Okay, the truck is all finished up. I did end up redoing the interior, so I just went with the factory leather seats, and then on the steering wheel, I didn't want to use the factory one. I didn't think it really fit well, so I did end up replacing that with something else. Other than that, though, the truck has fuel in it, oil, everything is ready to go. We just need to start it up. All right, she runs like an absolute stud. Now we can get this into the alignment shop. I'll take care of all that stuff off camera. We'll get everything squared away. We'll take it to the drag strip, see what it can do. All right, so I finished up everything on the test path. The truck, obviously, it tested fine. I did have to align the wheels and all that stuff, like you saw. And I also somehow managed to miss a leaf spring plate, which really sucks. But before we hit the track, I want to dyno test the truck, see what it makes. So factory power, we made 306 horsepower and 397 pound-feet of torque. So let's do our test. So it looks like we made 230 horsepower over factory at 535 horsepower and 283 pound-feet of torque over factory, which is 679 horsepower. So this truck most likely is making upwards of 600 crank horsepower, which is way more than I wanted it to, but I cannot be too upset with I can't be too upset with that kind of power. So let's go ahead and send it to the track here, if I can find it. No, we can't do that. Let's just go ahead and hop in it, see if we can do it from there. I think that's what you have to do. I can't remember. Yeah, alright. Let's drive it to the speed track. Why not? Alright, here we are inside of the truck. This thing sounds super mean. Let's just listen to that idle. We can get the camera to cooperate. It's oh, this thing sounds really good. All right, let's do our top speed test. Firstly, we're gonna go ahead and roast the tires. It's a little hard to control. I'm not gonna lie about that. I can't stay in full throttle. Once it shifts, it's just everywhere. Oh, off the road! No. He just wants to go wherever he wants. Alright, let's try that again. We're gonna roast the tires really quick. So if there was more in the transmission, we definitely would have been able to do a way faster time, especially on that little spot. Oh man, this thing is monstrous. And there it is, the full restoration of a Ford F-100 with almost 300,000 original miles on it, now restored to its perfect, natural, original beauty, factory color, and everything.